Okay, welcome back to Iggy. What the fuck? So this time around, I wanted to, there were very few, but some people in the comments still seem to think that these sculptures are AI, which they are not. You know, the negative comments stand out more than the positive ones, as we all know. So I was like, all right, let me just include some behind the scenes here. So as you can see from these, this was the final version of the Gundam-inspired style CeraMech. And then I'm just gonna kind of go through how fucking annoying it was to get here. And so this first image that's like where I work out of. It's a closet. Bamboo is notorious for being like the best in the industry as far as like ease of use. So like if you don't want to tinker with a printer and like constantly fucking play with its belts and its fan and take it apart, these are the ones to get. So that's why I got them, because you know, I'm an artist. I want to make stuff. I don't want to mess around with somebody's printer. I've had printers since 2000 and God, I had the first MakerBot. So it's like, it's been a long journey of fucking, nothing makes me angrier than 3D printers. Let's put it that way. There's a little video clip of, this is just what printers are like. You know, I woke up, I thought I was going to have something cool. I had this. That is common. That is like most of the time. That's why sometimes it takes a month just to get one done. And then once you finally get your settings dialed in, you get your model cut up, you get everything laid out correctly, it gets a lot easier. And you can start repeating it, and then it'll just be like once in a while it'll fail. But getting especially a big complicated model with like high detail, like the ones I'm doing, my God, these things. Here's the inside of the H2C, because I had to completely take it apart. And you know how it is, once you take something apart, springs shoot out, screws go flying, and weird shapes. And then you're like, how the fuck am I going to put this back together? But I figured, you know, you just have to sit in you have to sit in a closet for like 3 hours, and then you get it. This was like, okay, this was just a solid white one where I had support settings were off. So it's like, also sometimes with these things, and I couldn't get the supports off. So it's like, I don't want to throw it out, but I don't know what to use it for. You know, here's one, this was probably like 7 hours, and then it just failed because the supports were, you know, fucked up. I mean, it looks cool. Like, I don't know, I want to use it for something. I saved some of the pieces. Here was another one I tried over the course of this in gold. I'm definitely going to start using the gold silk filament. I mean, it's oddly beautiful. You know, if you don't even touch it, you just print it, don't even post-process it. It's also, the supports are so beautiful that you remove. It's weird. It's almost like hard to remove the supports because it's so pretty just as an object. And then here was like finally with the Gundam, my first success, where I was like, okay, I did it. I got the because you know, the Delftware patterns are actual geometry that I have to extrude out of the shape and print at a really high detail. And it failed. It took that, and that print was 5 days long to get that. So that's the other thing, is like 5 full days will pass. The machine's running, uses electricity, not that much. But you know, you're going through spools of filament, and it's just all that time being wasted. And then you take it off, and when I tried to remove the supports, it peeled all the actual Delftware details off along with them. So it was like, again, I put it in a pantry, but it's like unusable. I mean, you really have to learn how to not let it like upset you. I don't know, maybe it's me, maybe other people are just so fucking technically brilliant, they can like just, they're like, this is all totally great, and I love fucking with my computer and printer all day, but I get so upset when this shit happens. Anyway, here's another example of like, just, you know, this print worked, but that doesn't look good. So that's like a ton of post-processing, and like, I haven't scaled any of these yet. I'm doing like one of, you know, very small series, just selling to people that I get to know and who talk to me on Instagram. Like, we haven't even launched anything officially. So I can sit there and hand file these imperfections. But like, if you were to sell, like if we did a big thing and I'd sell 200, I couldn't have that. So again, that comes back to like, how do you fix that? How do you make it so none of these fucking prints will do that? And it's a lot of trial and error, and it's a lot of pain. And finally, we're looking at here's a little roundabout video I took of the final model. You know, it's got the gold. It's got, I ended up using custom decals for a lot of the Delftware patterns and it's a lot of like hand painting, and then a lot of decals that I design myself and print myself and apply. And that's kind of how I'm now getting the look, which is exactly how you would do it with real Delftware on a real ceramic piece anyway. So there's something cool to me about printing it into it, but it's so impossible that this is, and honestly, the results come out better this way anyway. So this is the way we're doing it. And then final thing I'll say is the next one coming up is the Dreadnought, and I think this is by far the coolest sculpture we've gotten out of, or I've gotten out of the process. I got the printing settings dialed in. So like this one to me is like, okay, this is where this is headed. They're gonna look fucking crazy. This thing's heavy, it's thick, it wouldn't break if you threw it. And then I'm really excited to kind of branch out into like more creative, or not IP inspired, because these aren't exactly the characters. They're just inspired by like what they look like, because I don't want to get yelled at by anybody. But yeah, I'm really excited to just kind of go off in my own directions and work with other materials and just start seeing like where this can go. If anyone's interested in purchasing one, just DM me. We're gonna have an Etsy shop up in the next, I'm hoping, week. And just one more thing, these are about 11 inches tall on average, so they're big, they're nice. It's like a nice size for like a piece in your house. I think that's it, right? Is there anything else, Iggy? Nothing?